In early July, the Bureau of Labor Statistics told us the US economy added 147,000 jobs in June. Solid, nothing dramatic. Fast forward just 4 weeks, and that number was revised down to just 14,000. That's not a typo. That's a 90% haircut. So how does a number that wrong move markets, influence the Fed, and shape the story we tell about the economy? Let's dive in. It wasn't just June. May got hit too. Originally, May was reported as a gain of 144,000 jobs. After revisions, just 19,000. Combined, that's a downward revision of 258,000 jobs, one of the biggest 2-month corrections we've seen since the early pandemic chaos of 2020. And these weren't quiet footnotes. The BLS itself called them larger than normal. Economists called them something else: alarming. When the revisions dropped alongside the July jobs report, the market didn't wait to digest them. It reacted instantly. The Dow plunged more than 600 points. The S&P 500 dropped nearly 2%, and the Nasdaq was down over 2.3%. Bond yields collapsed, especially the 2-year Treasury, which fell 19 basis points, its biggest one-day move since July 2024. And in a matter of hours, the chance of a September Fed rate cut jumped from 38% to 81%, all because of 2 revised numbers. So how does this happen? How can job numbers miss by that much? The BLS collects data from over 120,000 businesses, but not all of them report on time. In fact, fewer than 45% respond by the initial deadline. That means the first number we get is really just a best guess. Then come the revisions. Once late data arrives, seasonal models get updated and estimates for new businesses are adjusted. That's how 147,000 jobs can become 14,000 a month later. The BLS's challenge is unique. They have to report quickly with incomplete data, knowing that the full picture will only come into focus over time. What's wild is, this isn't new. The jobs report has been getting revised for decades. It's just usually not this dramatically. From 2020 to 2024, most monthly revisions ranged from 10 to 50,000 jobs. But 2025, every single month so far has been revised downward, January through June. Then there's the benchmark revisions. In 2024 alone, the BLS revised away 818,000 jobs. That's the second largest adjustment on record. Revisions don't just correct the past, they reshape how we interpret the present. If the BLS numbers feel shaky, maybe ADP has the answer. Well, not quite. In June, ADP reported 33,000 private sector jobs added. The BLS initially said 74,000, then revised that down to just 3,000. ADP pulls real payroll data from 500,000 companies. The BLS uses surveys and statistical models. Same labor market, 2 very different takes. Experts say ADP's tracking error can run 80,000 jobs or more. So if you're confused, you're not alone. With this much uncertainty, it's fair to ask, should we even trust the jobs report? The answer isn't yes or no. It's only if you zoom out. Taken alone, a single jobs number, especially an initial print, is just a noisy signal. But taken with wage growth, unemployment, participation rates, even immigration trends, it's still a useful piece of the puzzle. Revisions remind us the first number isn't the truth, it's a placeholder. And the full picture takes time to come into focus. Thanks for watching. If you want more breakdowns that cut through the noise and make sense of the data, like the video and subscribe to the Keynesian Ledger. See ya in the next one.